Jamie, what's in the box?
Today we're talking about vendors.
Ooh.
Vendors.
So we're going to be talking about my LinkedIn DMs.
As long as that's safe for your wife.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, I'm Jamie, and this is What's on a Box, episode 2. I have changed my clothes since the last one. You can tell because I'm wearing glasses today.
And I'm James. I apparently just live in this outfit these days.
Yeah, so you're disgusting.
I've heard that people call that continuity, Jamie. We've kind of got those job titles that mean that we get reached out to a lot, right? I mean, this week, how many unsolicited messages have you had on LinkedIn?
Over the last couple of weeks, I've had a lot of female fashion designers from Korea who own a coffee shop and want to create adverts for this coffee shop. And they're all linked to this fashion network. I've turned down every offer so far. It's been very, very odd.
That's not where I thought this was going to go. I'm not going to lie to you. So this week we're talking about vendors. We're talking about people that reach out to people in EdTech in schools and are trying to sell them a product. I think we've both had a lot of issues with this, of people sliding into our DMs. I think again the millennials call it, and trying to get FaceTime. So we thought, okay, we're going to give some free marketing advice to all the EdTech companies out there on what works and what doesn't.
Don't do it.
Just don't do it. Don't do marketing. Fire your marketing department.
Just don't do it. Don't do it.
Sure. So I think, let's start within the emails then. I worked with a guy recently who he said that he was going to craft a personalized message to 200 school leaders and ping it into their inbox using their name and something about them. Why doesn't that work? I know that they got very little traction from it. Why is that?
So I would put that down to the fact that your priority as a vendor to a teacher or to school leaders and stuff like that would be low priority, like at the bottom of the pile. Mm-hmm. And probably you would go straight to archive or trash because they'll just look at that, go, I haven't got time, off it goes. Because they would have probably about 3 emails from the leadership team. They'll have 2 emails from parents that are concerned. They'll then have training that they haven't had time to do, so someone's emailing them to catch up on the training, and then it's your 10 minutes are done, and so you're on to first lesson, and then 4 hours later you actually go to the toilet because you've had a chance to do that because you've been teaching all morning. One of the vendors I was talking to was actually like, what's a typical day like for a teacher?
Oh yeah, I remember you saying about this.
And I was like, well, if you've got a 40-hour work week, I said 32 of those hours. It's not a 40-hour work week. That's not how schools work. But 32 of those hours would be teaching. And he was like, but you've got a plan, right? I was like, yeah, you've got a plan. He's like, so you're 8 hours to do the planning. When do you do the marking? Mm-hmm. I was like, well, you do it outside of that, or you do it during those lessons kind of thing. And then you've got the after school clubs. Then you've got the parents' evenings. Then you've got the Saturday events where you're taking kids on a trip, and then you've got the paperwork, and then you've got the professional development. And so there's no time. Yeah.
So and again, it's like one of the things we offer is training of schools in project implementation, and the biggest issue is always time. Always time. No one has time to do things well and to really think about things unless you find the time for it, and you have to kill something else off to do it. So I think, that's a really, really common issue. So basically what you're saying is people don't read those emails. If it's not from someone that I know really well, I'm not even going to engage with it.
No, I mean, if someone sent a vendor email through to me and it's on a topic I'm not really that concerned about, I'm not even going to give it time of day. If I need a piece of tech, I'm going to go looking for it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so one of the places you might go looking for it is something like EdTech. Clang back to last week, we were both talking about there. You did a very successful workshop.
I did on N8N and automation, how you can buy back time as a teacher. And if you'd like me to train you, then please get in touch.
And I was talking about data pipelines, data warehousing. Again, please do get in touch if you're interested in that. And I was also talking about Accelerus and reporting systems, so please get in touch with those guys if you're keen. But enough of the sales pitches. A lot of booths there, a lot of people around there talking to it. And one of the things that I noticed was of the time, I knew I was wasting someone's time. I made my mind up within about 8 seconds. This is not for me. My school doesn't need this, and they wouldn't let me leave. And I found that really weird. Like, why do you think they don't take the hint sometimes?
Do you think that everyone who goes into EdTech should have a safe word?
That's a really good idea.
Like, this doesn't work for me. pineapple. I'm out.
And I guess maybe it's, again, because we talked again last week a little bit about how vendors, the kind of the world of technology and the world of education are very different. And I think a lot of the sales guys, they've got a sales background. They're real sharks. Teachers are not sharks. We're polite people. We don't like saying no. So I don't know, sometimes you kind of feel like a hostage, right? So what do you think is going on there in those conversations where you've already made your mind up, but you're trapped?
It's kind of, I suppose, it's that politeness thing that you don't want to say the wrong thing to this person, because that's, as a teacher, your communication skill is number one. Like, you can talk to an 11-year-old autistic child who's having a meltdown because their pen's run out of ink, and you can talk to the most difficult parent who's finding like how you're communicating with them really hard. But that you, as a teacher, you can communicate all through those different areas. And your default is to communicate, and to communicate on a very good level that keeps the relationship positive. And I think that holds almost like an anchor, just pulls you towards that person. Kind of, as much as you keep doing this, you're just like, ugh, I'm back in. Yeah, that's a great idea. Thanks. Keep talking to me. That thing you.
So I guess what you're saying is, even if there was a safe word, they probably wouldn't use it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay. So, but I think
it would be unconsensual.
Yeah. Although there was one vendor, again, it's kind of one extreme or the other, right? I remember there was another vendor who I said they were selling phone pouches for students, and I said, "Oh, that's great. Can I buy a sample set and just try them?" And they said, "No, we do a whole school rollout only." Like, okay. I was trying to spend some money with you, but okay. And then they actually said to me, "Our competitors sell knockoffs, so you can go buy those."
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a marketing technique I've not come across.
I know, right? So again, we help with marketing, guys. Hit it up in the comments.
Yeah, I own a social media advertising company as well. I don't know how social media works though, but I'm happy to advertise anything you want me to advertise. And pay me. I'll do whatever you want within reason.
I was going to say, are we going to start taking that sweet Lockheed money? Okay, moving on then. Horror story. Let's do our little room 101s. So again, we've both, you saying last week, you've been in this for 17 years now. I think I've done 15. Most of it's a blur. We've both got some battle stories. So what's kind of some of the worst things that you've seen in product demos and in vendors kind of reaching out?
I don't think I've ever had sort of a disastrous sort of demo kind of thing. I mean, I've probably been on the other side of this. So I managed to get my school in the UK an ICT award for them, so they could put it on their letterheads. It looks good, right? And nothing worked in the school ICT awards. Nothing worked. Absolutely nothing. I went round and I faked the whole thing.
Have you ever been in a school where everything works there? I mean, I feel
true.
like that's the norm, right?
Yeah, it's very true. But like on this day, so it was one of those sort of days. It was like I set it out to do it. Nothing worked at all. So I'm really good at filming and making stuff up, and I used to be the head of film and media studies, so I know how to angle a camera to make it look good, and yeah, we got that award.
Happy days.
You know, so I'm just as bad as these guys.
I've got some horror stories, so I'm going to share some of mine because I guess again, kind of our roles are slightly different. I have a lot more of the purchasing side, so I've been a hostage in a lot of demos. Some of the things I've seen. My favorite one was somebody going, "Oh, let me just show you what this school does," and then switching into an instance of a different school's data and showing me all of their report data and all of the live data for a school. I was like, cool. It says on your privacy on your website that you're GDPR compliant. You are not. Goodbye. That was a good one. Another one I saw was this is a good one. This is a curriculum planning software that was saying, yeah, we're going to come into your school and do it. I was like, all right, cool. And they said, so in this module, this is where you decide what you're going to teach. Like, okay. This is for an A level. Yeah. So obviously you need to pick and choose which elements of the course you're going to teach.
You're going to pick and choose the curriculum that you're going to teach?
No, not the curriculum. The parts of the curriculum.
And hope that the kids will pass the exam, which is on the whole curriculum?
Well, because it's an American company. So if it's a US system, and so long as they're not doing AP courses, which are very prescriptive, they often have massive latitude in what they want to teach. So this company had come in with a model that was designed for the US system. They were talking to a UK school, but they were saying, for your kindergartners and for your grade 2s. Like, hang on. Do you mean grade 2s or do you mean year 3? Or year 1? And it's really clear again, it's like you've shown up to this product demo and you don't know anything about the people you're talking to. And I think, again, that's like you were saying, people are so busy. It just feels really insulting. It's like you've come here, you've taken an hour of my time, and you don't have a clue about our context and what this is actually going to do for us. You just want our money. So that was a pretty tough one.
Yeah, I mean that's again, it's that basic bit of knowledge you need to know about. Like if you're breaking into a new sector, a new area, then you do your research on it. You'd be like, right, what do I need to know about this which doesn't comply with my product? Like I'm a design teacher. Like I taught design for 17 years. Product design was my degree. So my whole thing is user-centered design. You go and research the hell out of that area, and then you come up with a product or a solution that works for it.
Yeah.
If you're not at least doing the basic stuff as how does their curriculum work, and we supply a curriculum planning. Yeah.
So these are the things that don't work, right? What about what does work? How if I'm starting up a tech company tomorrow and I want to get into schools, what should I do?
So I'm actually working with a guy at the moment, Navdeep. He's got a product called Tricandor, which is a careers counseling website. Now, there's a couple of careers counseling websites out there, but he's taken it from a different angle. And I've been working with him, so a call a month for the last 4 or 5 months.
Now, Navdeep is one of those people that he's also slid into my DMs, and I'm not sorry, Navdeep, if you're listening to this. I am ignoring you, and it's not personal. It's for everything that Jamie said earlier. But if you vouch for him, maybe I'm going to reply to him.
He's got a good product.
Okay.
It's based on his story. Like he grew up in India. He learned English. He went to New York, went to university, went to Toronto, got citizenship there, and now he's back in India. And he's built this careers guidance platform that does everything that he had to go through in order to get there. And he's talking to schools and he's developing this product at like breakneck speed. Like every time I speak to him, every month, he's like, oh yeah, we've just finished all these bits. Let me show this. And I'm just like, whoa, Navdeep, the way that this is developing is amazing. And he's got a good product there. It's not perfect, you know, and he knows that as well. And he'll say, we haven't got this and we haven't got this in there, but we're working on it. It's getting there. And it's getting that one or two people on board, and it's that word of mouth then for the education.
I think so much word of mouth, and I think so I do something similar with Accelerus. I work a lot with their dev team, and I talk to them on a weekly basis pretty much and say, this is what we want to change this week. And again, they're super responsive to that, and that really helps, because it means that then, you know, when I'm talking to other schools and I'm seeing that we've all got exactly the same problems, and you're laser focused on saying, what is the biggest issue here? Let's solve that one before you move on to adding AI where it doesn't need to be. I think the other one that I really like is products where you can see all the training materials and you can have a demo online. I love it if I can go online and I can see your tutorials. You know, that shows me that you've got nothing to hide. If I want to see, is this possible? I don't want to have to book a half-hour webinar with a salesperson that's going to try to make me sign up and then email me every week about it. I just want to check on your website. Tell me if I can do it.
And again, we're back to that 30 minutes of time that people don't generally have as a teacher kind of thing. And that, given that free element of it, kind of, even if you can give a freemium version of what you're doing, which only does like 5% of your product, so that people can just get on there, try it out, and go, actually, this has got legs.
Yeah.
And so recommended this to me, so I think, let's give it a go.
And on the pricing model as well, like, so we talked about that last week about how, like, Baton Route, they charge pretty cheaply for each user, and it's a genuine per user. I know Accelerus, they've said with our school, they're not going to charge us a penny until we switch off our old reporting system. So we can try it until we get it. And again, it's like, well, that shows you've got confidence in your product. Where I've seen others that they say they won't even speak to you until you've signed an agreement and you're locked in. And you think, well, if it doesn't work for me, I've just spent a lot of students' money, because I am still in a fee-paying school. I've spent a lot of money on something that doesn't work. So I think, again, as a teacher, you really value companies that they back their product enough to say, play with it. We've got nothing to hide.
Absolutely. So what we're saying then is we're user-centered design. Be open to feedback and be open to change. And that can be quite difficult. So a lot of schools want a lot of things. But that user-centered design, freemium,
Yeah,
options,
definitely freemium.
or at least put all the resources out there on how it works so people can see
And you've got
how
to appreciate,
it
there are
works.
some things that, the compute power is really intensive,
Yeah.
especially if it's hooking into APIs, but at least let me see what your training material is.
Absolutely. And then what did you say about price range? Pricing?
So price it at a point where schools can pull the trigger easily. I think a lot of people don't realize there's different tiers you have to go through with pricing, and it goes up very quickly. If I have something that's over a certain amount, I want to get board approval, and that's going to take 6 months. And so if you're a vendor, chat with people and say, okay, well, what's the point at which you can pull the trigger easily, and center your pricing around that, because it's probably better to get volume in a lot of cases than land a couple of whales, which you're then really anchored to.
Yeah.
That's how. And obviously hire me and Jamie, and we will come and do all this for you and give you
Absolutely.
more of these insights. But here we are giving it all away for free. We have not thought this through. We are bad at this.
It's our altruistic nature as teachers.
Again, teachers.
We like people to take advantage of us in any way
Yeah,
they want
we can't
to.
say no, and we want to help people.
But if you're out there and you'd really like to sponsor us, once again, get in touch.
Lockheed, we're waiting. No, not Lockheed. Okay, Lockheed, you're banned. Everyone else, we'll take anyone else's money. Please like and subscribe so we can make more content like this.
Hit the bell, hit the bell, hit the bell, hit the bell. There's a bell. There's going to be a bell on something.
And
there's going to be a bell on something, and if there isn't, I'm going to put a bell on it.
And let us know in the comments what you'd like us to talk about next week.
Yeah, let's get some user-centered feedback on our project. And if you want us to do anything, like train you on anything, then yeah.
There's links in the descriptions.
Get
Thanks,
in
guys.
touch.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
What's in the Box is a production of Swallow the Frog and Greenpen EdTech. For more from us, check us out at swallowthefrog.today or greenpenedtech.co.uk.